So this week marks 5 months alcohol-free. And I have to say that I'm really happy with how things are working out. To be honest, when I moved to Europe, alcohol was just so much more accessible that my alcohol habits were changing in a way that I didn't appreciate. I was like, wow, it's really easy to drink here. Too easy. I decided I need to kind of get a hold on that before things got out of control. When I started the alcohol experiment, when I said that I would stop drinking for 30 days, I was vlogging my experience, vlogging what was coming up, my questions, my fears, my doubts. I didn't share those vlogs until the 30 days was actually over. To be totally honest, I waited because I didn't think that I could go 30 days without drinking. Turned out I could. It turned out that sharing the videos after those 30 days helped to kind of sustain that even more. But also, I just was so sure, like I made this decision. I was like, I'm not drinking anymore. I don't see what it brings me. Being sure really helped. The experience of having the 30 days straight without drinking while also getting that daily kind of reminder that the alcohol experiment gives you, plus a bunch of information and motivation to not drink, was a really, really great beginning to just break the habit, to just really cut yourself off from what you were doing in the past and start to move into something new. So I made that decision. I made the decision to stop. I had put myself into experimentation mode and analyzed the way that I was reacting and why I wanted to drink and noticing why other people were drinking or what they became like as they were drinking. And it just helped me to really observe and fully and consciously make the decision like, yeah, this isn't working for me anymore. I don't want to participate in this anymore. And really taking note of all the good things that were coming out of it. Like, oh yeah, I'm saving money. Oh yeah, I'm not wasting time thinking about like having to go buy drinks. I went to a wedding about 2 months into being alcohol free. I was the only one who gave a speech without having a drink in my hand or without like being intoxicated in some way. And it's not to say that other people like aren't good because they did that, but it made me feel proud to be like, you know what, I don't need to feel like I have to depend on alcohol or something to go up and speak from the heart and share my thoughts in front of a group of people. Like, it's just that like liquid courage. Like, who needs liquid courage? I want to be courageous on my own, you know? And I feel like that's what I'm learning to do as we have as a culture completely just brought alcohol into so many of our social situations because it's a social lubricant or whatever you want to consider it to be. I've found that I don't want to have to depend on alcohol to help me in these social situations. And most of the time, doing so changes the nature of the exchanges with people. Some people, since I've stopped drinking alcohol, have told me that, well, I need to drink alcohol because it feels like it's the only time we can have like more meaningful conversations or deeper conversations. And I'm like, sure, maybe sometimes because some people like only kind of open up because they've had some drinks or whatever, but what about working on trying to create those more meaningful and authentic conversations without having to have a drink? You can go even deeper in that case. And that's something that I think we all need to learn to do without alcohol. Start opening up to each other more, start being real with each other, letting ourselves be vulnerable so that we can have true connection, real exchanges. And I've been working on that, and I have to say it's been going really well. I've been working on doing that without alcohol, working on doing that with my on my own, but with other people I know, strangers. And it's just that it takes practice when we're not used to it, or when we've experienced so many letdowns or misunderstandings that we start to kind of just close ourselves off or shield ourselves and step away from these things. I sincerely believe that a social life lived without alcohol is quite great. And so Christmas is coming up. It's gonna be my first Christmas in probably around 10 years where I'm not gonna have a drink. Same with New Year's. I guess I wanted to take a moment to just remind myself of some of these things. Remind myself of how happy I am with the decision I've made, even though I can see it makes some people uncomfortable, even though sometimes I really do just want to drink because I'm like, oh my God, this is so boring, or being in like painful situations, I'll just stop there. overall, I'm still really glad that, for example, on the weekend, I'm not feeling like crap because I had a couple drinks the night before. I appreciate never feeling like I'm poisoning my body, because I really do sincerely feel like I've seen the change there, that I feel so much better on a whole, not just like a hangover the next day, but feel better in general. And in terms of depression and feeling really down, not drinking helps so much. I mean, there are always the ups and downs in life, but when we're not depending on alcohol in those moments of like stress or intense kind of emotions as an escape, it's so much easier to bounce back. We're so much more resilient, honestly. So I just wanted to share those things. A check-in for me before the holidays, all kind of reminders. And I would love to know, if you're watching this, if you've experienced an alcohol-free life for any amount of time, and just some of the positive things that you've experienced when it comes to that, or how your life has changed. I would love to hear from you. So let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.